Hey, what's going on? Dan here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the fastest way to start making money on Amazon FBA, specifically $300 a day, how to make $300 a day, and how to actually make Amazon FBA your full-time income, your full-time career, where you're going to be able to go start by making some money and then scale it, grow it to $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, and beyond. I know it sounds crazy, but that's fully possible. It's never been easier than today right now because e-commerce is blowing up, and honestly it's been crazy. I've been selling on Amazon for almost 3 years now, and recently I've been getting a lot of new subscribers that have been asking me, Dan, what is the fastest way to actually start making money on Amazon FBA, and how do I go about that? So I decided to make this video for you. If you're wanting to start an Amazon FBA business and you want to make $9,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or even higher, then this video is perfect for you. Now, I've been selling on Amazon FBA enough to know that Amazon FBA is changing every single day. And that's why I'm so excited to bring you this video, because this is basically like the summary of all the golden tactics, all the golden methods that I found in my own personal journey with e-commerce. So let's go ahead, let's get started. This video will be the most valuable video that you watch today. I guarantee it. All right, so let's get right into it. The fastest way to actually start making money on Amazon FBA, specifically a good amount of money. So we're talking about $300 a day, $400 a day, which roughly translates almost to $10,000 a month in income per month. The fastest way, and this is after years and years of selling, is private labeling plus improvement. Now, private labeling is the type of business model that we actually do on Amazon, and there's a lot of other different ways to sell on Amazon. Like there's retail arbitrage, there is wholesaling, and those methods I don't really have a lot of experience with, and I can tell you that private labeling is the one that I've had the most amount of success with, and the one that my students have had the most amount of success with, as well as all the subscribers on my channel, because you're actually creating something that is worth something. Like you're creating your own brand. You're taking a product that is selling well and you're improving it, right? Plus improvement. That's what's changing here. So you're taking a product that's selling well, you're putting your own twist on it, you're improving it, and then you're actually putting your logo on it, you're branding it yourself, and then you're expanding it into an entire product line that you can then expand onto Shopify and onto Amazon worldwide. And that is the golden key. That is like literally, if there was any method out there to start making money for anybody with no experience, this is it. So I'm going to take you step by step. Number one is opportunity. And what I mean by opportunity is we find a product that doesn't have too much competition and has room for improvement either in the listing itself or in the product. And what I mean by like improvement is we don't want to just copy paste products from AliExpress or Alibaba onto Amazon. And so what most beginners do, and this is like 2016, 2017 tactics, they try to just take a product from Alibaba, they see that it's selling well on Amazon, there is an opportunity to actually go and sell it, and they try to sell the same thing, and they don't really give customers a reason to buy from them. And like that is the key. You want to give your customers a reason to actually buy from you, because if you don't, then what prevents them, like what is actually giving them the motivation to buy from you instead of from the person with many more reviews selling on Amazon? So that is why we have to identify the opportunity, and we have to improve. We have to look for room for improvement, either in your listings. So let's say the listings in your niche are very, very bad quality, the pictures are bad, it just looks very, very like Chinese marketing. There's a lot of Chinese manufacturers that try selling on Amazon, and they're not really good at the marketing side of it. They're great at creating high quality products, but they're not good at the marketing side of it. And that's where you come in, right? You can make a much better listing than any factory out of China. You probably have a better command of the English language, especially if you're watching this, you understand what I'm saying. So you're already in a huge advantage. Now, if you can't like make much improvements to the listing, all the listings in your niche are already amazing, and I highly doubt that's the case. Trust me, 90% of the products that I look at on Amazon, all the listings are bad and they're still making like $20,000, $30,000 a month. If we can't improve the listing, then we try to improve the product itself. So either by getting a better quality version of the product, right? There's always new inventions coming out of China. There's always better quality models coming out of China. So you just want to get some samples and see, maybe one of the samples is much better than what's already on the market on Amazon, right? A sample is just one unit of a product that in your beginning negotiations with the Chinese supplier, you're telling them, hey, can I get a sample? And they send a sample straight to your house, costs about $30 to $50, and that way you can see the product before you make a bulk order. And so that is another way to actually improve the product and improve over your competitors. And this is like the key, private labeling plus improvement. So we're hitting both of those things with this. Now, number two is validation. So we make sure that there's a high enough profit to be made per unit, as well as a high enough demand overall in the niche. So this is very, very important. If there is not enough profit to be made made per unit, then you're just setting yourself up for failure from the very beginning, because there's obviously going to be more costs along the way, right? It roughly costs about $1,000 to $1,500 to start selling on Amazon if you have a pretty low budget. Below that, you can find units that are much, much cheaper, but I'll be honest, it's going to be tougher if you keep going down below that $1,000 starting budget mark. So, that's why you want to have a good enough profit per unit. So let's say if you're selling a product for $30 on Amazon and you're sourcing it with all costs in and shipping and everything like that for, let's just say about, $6, $7, then you got your FBA fees. So that brings it up to about $15, $16. That's amazing. That's a profit of about $14 per unit, $13 per unit. And that's amazing. Like, you've given yourself enough of a threshold to absorb all the other costs. You're going to run PPC, which is Amazon pay-per-click advertising, right? So there's not like, you're not going to go and pay $5,000 or $10,000 to actually launch your product, but it's just better. You're better positioned overall in the market if you are already starting off with a high enough profit margin. And you also want to make sure that there's enough demand in the niche. So that's called validation. And we're going to talk more about that soon. It's very, very important. Number 3 is marketplace selection. And this is something that's brand new in 2019. I haven't really talked about this before, but now what I include in product research is, like, once I find an opportunity, I find a good product, I always check among all of the good Amazon FBA markets. So USA, Canada, Germany, UK, Spain, France. I always check among them and I see, okay, which one of these countries has the lowest amount of competition and the highest amount of demand, and that way I can go in there and it's going to be the easiest for me to actually start selling in. Now, the question about, what if I don't speak Spanish? Well, you can just go on Upwork.com, which is like the most famous outsourcing website, and you can hire an amazing translator. You can hire a lot of amazing people on there that will translate your listings for you. You can just write them in English and send them a copy, and they'll do it for very, very cheap. So that's not a problem. In today's world, you can do everything. You can outsource everything, and there's never been an easier time to start this. So I hope you can see. And the next step is branding. So once we've selected our marketplace, we've validated our product, and we've gotten our opportunity, now we want to brand it. And we want to make sure that we're hiring the absolute best photographers and designers from Upwork, right? And I don't recommend you do this yourself. Most people don't know how to do good graphic design. They don't know how to, really take great pictures of their product. So that's why you can just go Upwork.com and you can have them create a great logo, box design, and a product insert for your product. And a product insert is just a piece of paper, basically like a square or a rectangle, and you can ask for an honest review on it, and you can just say, thank you for shopping with us here, leave us an honest review. So that is the branding part of it, and it's really, really important. You don't want to skip this. If you skip this, you're going to really, it's going to really ruin your chances of success on Amazon. And the next step is launch. Now, once we've already prepared our product and it's already in the warehouse in Amazon, and remember, I haven't mentioned this yet, but you're not actually, like packaging your product in your garage. You're not, sitting in your garage, like shipping out orders to your customers. If you're new to FBA, Amazon FBA does this all for you, and they charge you a pretty reasonable fee. So that's the beauty of this. It's completely passive, and you don't have to worry about sitting in your garage and basically giving yourself another full-time job. So when we get to the launch section, we use a combination of PPC and early reviewer program, which is a program by Amazon that allows us to get those initial reviews. And we can also use some giveaways, although I don't really like to use giveaways, but you can. You have to do them in a very specific, smart way, which I talk about in some other videos on my channel, and I'll also cover it in this video as well. And there you go. That is the summary of the fastest way to actually start making money in the next month and next 2 months on Amazon FBA and hit that $300, $400 a day mark. Now let's talk about finding an opportunity. Now this is probably the most asked for topic for my videos. So many people struggle with finding that perfect product, right? You don't have to find the perfect product. What I always tell my students, my subscribers is, look, you just want to find an opportunity where the numbers add up, you can go in and you can really offer some kind of added value over your competitors, and you will surely make money. So if we have a breakdown here, all millionaires break down their goals, and I've always done this ever since the beginning of my journey, and it's really helped me understand, okay, look, this is how many units I have to sell in order to hit that $9,000 a month mark, right? Which is $300 a day in sales. So $300 a day in sales equals about $150 a day in profit, right? So there's a difference between sales and profit. And on Amazon, we're always looking for a profit margin of about 50%. Now, a lot of beginners, they go and they don't follow any of this, so they have to deal with profit margins that are like 10% or 20%. And if you're watching this, you're not going to be one of those beginners. Trust me, if you follow this, you're going to be competing basically with nobody, because you're going to be charging the highest price price in your niche because you're actually improving the product. Nobody does that on Amazon, and that's where literally like the key is in winning. So we want to look for a product with about $10 profit per unit or more. And we achieve this high profit per unit through our own improved branding and improvements that we make to the product. So the more value we offer to our customers on Amazon, the more of a price we can charge. Our goal is to always charge higher than all of our competitors, right? So offer the most premium version of the product. That is literally the easiest way to hit those high numbers, those high figures of profit with e-commerce and Amazon. And the way that we look for our opportunity is we want to look through Jungle Scout and Helium 10. These are the two tools that I personally use and that I personally recommend. I literally use them every single day. Jungle Scout I recommend for the United States and Canada, and Helium 10 for Europe and Asia. And you want to use these tools and you want to look for highest revenue on the first page of about $10,000 to $20,000 or more. Because look, if you're searching, let's say for spatula on the first page, and you see that okay, the highest selling spatula is making $5,000 a month, there's just no way that you're going to be able to make $300 a day, right? There's no way they're going to be able to make anything more than that $5,000 a month unless the market explodes. And we're not going to bet on that. We're not going to try to do like hope marketing. We're not going to just sit there and wait until a magic tooth fairy comes and brings us all our money. It's not going to happen, right? So that's why we want to make sure there's enough sales and there's enough profit to be made already in the niche. So if you search up on Amazon, and I'm going to show you in this video how to do that. If you search up the general keywords for your product, so spatula, and you pull up the Chrome extension of the app that you're using, so either Jungle Scout or Helium 10, both of the links are down below with discounts, by the way. So those discounts are only available on my channel. I actually got them from their companies. So hope you enjoy those discounts. But yeah, so you just pull it up on the page and you want to look at like the revenue of all the products, and the top products have to be making 10 to 20K at least per month, or else then there's just no way that the opportunity is good. There's no way you're going to be able to match that in your sales. And you're looking for a selling price on Amazon of about $20 to $50. You can also go higher than 50, so $100, $150, $200. I've had amazing success selling high ticket products on Amazon, so anything like $300, $600, $1,000, because as a rule of thumb, I found that the more expensive the product on Alibaba, the more I can charge on Amazon, obviously because the product is a higher quality. And it's kind of like on Amazon, there's kind of like a multiplier, right? So you can kind of, let's say if you source for $100 on Alibaba, right, you're paying a Chinese supplier $100 to source a product, you can sell it for like $1,000 in some cases on Amazon, right? But you don't want to worry about that if you're a beginner. That's for later, right? That's if you have a lot of money to start, and you definitely don't need a lot of money to start this business. Now, if we're selling for about $20 to $50 on Amazon, we're looking for a sourcing price of between $3 and $20 on Alibaba. That gives us enough of a margin to actually make money. And then when we're finding an opportunity, we also want to make sure that there's a relatively low review count. So reviews don't matter as much as all the other YouTubers say, as much as all the other sellers say. Trust me, in my experience, as long as you improve the product, that's the magic word, you improve, then you can really outcompete against anybody. So, as long as there's under 1,000 reviews in your niche, you're good. And the above review count, that metric, 1,000 reviews, becomes less and less important as we add more value to our product, as we find ways to improve and to really capture the sale. Now, finally, opportunity to improve. So we want to look at whether we can actually, improve the product, as I talked about, more updated model, better branding, logo or box design, getting better reviews by actually selling a better product, or fixing existing problems with the product itself. All right, so I'm going to show you right now how to find that golden opportunity on Amazon, how to find that amazing product that will allow you to hit those $300, $400 a day. So for this, I'm using Helium 10. You can also use Jungle Scout. There's two tools. Like I said, they're both great, but if I were you, if you have the budget, get both. If not, then just go ahead and get Jungle Scout if you're in the US or Canada, or Helium 10 if you're in Europe or Asia. And by the way, I mean if you're selling in US or Canada or selling in Europe or Asia, right? It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can sell on any Amazon country, and that's the beauty of this business. So if we go to Helium 10 here and we click on Black Box, that is their web app. The equivalent is called the web app in Jungle Scout. So right here, I'm going to select amazon.co.uk because there's just a lot, it's been a booming market in the United Kingdom. There's been a lot of products that are popping up that have been blowing up in sales in the UK, and I've had a lot of success with it myself. So that's why let's go ahead and do some, plug in some numbers. So for monthly revenue, we're going to put in, remember, like I said, we're looking for something that is about 10K, 20K a month. That way we can actually, hit that $300 a day, $400 a day in sales per day. So monthly revenue, let's do like 8,674, and then for a maximum, we'll do like 18,765. And then for the price, we're going to do 1945, and for a review count, we'll do a maximum of 1,500. There we go. Let's hit search. And now Helium 10 is going to go and filter through all of Amazon UK, and it's going to find us products that hit those, that match those criteria. So if we go down here, obviously we're not going to do these shoes because that's like clothing is very competitive on Amazon. So we've got some kind of a bed wrap, so we can open that up. Let's keep going. We got more shoes. Let's see what else we got. Roundup C, like stuff like this we're not going to sell because it's already branded and there's a lot of patents and stuff on them. So if we keep going, we got, let's go to number 2 here. Reebok shoes, so we're not going to sell Reebok shoes. We're not going to sell, like electric pumps, things like that. That's just way too complicated. I mean, if you have knowledge in this niche, then you can. But for the regular person, you're not going to sell like a thermostat or a heater, right? So there's a lot of stuff here. Like this, for example. This looks perfect. So if we open this up, you just want to right click, and then open a new link. This is a Chinese listing. So Tianshu, obviously Chinese. This is what I meant by bad quality listing. So right here, we already have an opportunity to private label and to improve, which is perfect. So if you look at this, it looks like it's like a slipcover for armchair, and it has 50 5-star reviews. So people are very, very happy. That's great. That shows us that the product coming out from China is actually high quality. And if we pull up Helium 10, I actually have both Helium 10 and Jungle Scout, so let's see what it's saying. For revenue, it shows us that it is making $12,866 a month. And for Jungle Scout, it is showing us it's making $9,000 a month. So they show a little bit different numbers because they're both estimates and they have their own formulas and algorithms. But if you take like a good average between them, they're both pretty accurate, right? So they're both saying that they're making money. So there you go, perfect opportunity, $24.88 armchair slip covers, and for sure you can make a way better listing and you can even improve the product. I mean, it looks very, very cheap. This is exactly like the perfect opportunity right now to hit $10,000 a month in sales and really improve the product. So now that we found our opportunity, let's talk about validating our product. And this is very, very important because if you don't validate your product, then you're basically going in blind. You don't know how much you're going to make. You don't know how much you can expect, competition wise, and you don't know, what your sourcing costs are, what the demand's going to be, things like that. So here are the questions that you're going to ask yourself to, validate your opportunity. So number 1 is profitability. How much profit per unit will I make? What's my margin? And how much will I get as a return? And for that, I'm going to show you a quick profit sheet that I put together. This is straight from the Ecom Freedom course. And this is actually the Ecom Freedom Profitability Calculator. It's my own calculator that I personally use on all my new products. So here it is. I put together a sample profitability calculator sheet, and this is what it would look like. So for our premium armchair slip covers, and remember this is the product that we were doing right here, and I actually use this extension. It's the AMZ Scout free extension. It shows us the fulfillment fee that we can expect, and so that's what I use it for. So it's $2.30. Referral fee is always 15% of our sale price. So the higher price that we sell for, the more it goes up, obviously. So here, $24.88. Now if we go and look at the general market for this product, if we type in the most general keywords, which are armchair slip covers, we can see that everybody is selling them for about 20 to 30 British pounds. So we're going to go in and we're going to try selling them at $49.99. Now I know that sounds crazy, $49.99. How are people going to pay that much for premium armchair slip covers? Remember, this is what makes you different on Amazon. We're actually going to improve the product, and by looking at Alibaba.com, I actually already looked at the general price. There's like so many manufacturers on here. There's a ton. There's 513 products, and then we can go and filter them by verified suppliers. So the price is about, let's say, here we got, that's just for the small part here, so about $2. Here it's about $5 to $10. So if we go and plug that into our calculator here, so we put in the unit cost site. This is, by the way, just a guess, $8.12 per unit. And then we plugged in the fulfillment fee, which is $2.30. Referral fee, it auto calculates, so it's 15%. And for shipping, I put in $6.77, which is, for the purpose of this video, a guess. Now, this is a very, very good guess. I know what shipping costs for these types of products. I've sold a lot of products on Amazon, so this is very, very accurate. And for a minimum order quantity, based on what I saw on Alibaba, we can get away with 100 units if we negotiate it down. So this gives us a profit per unit of $25, which is amazing, right? This is like exactly what beginners don't get on Amazon because they don't follow this, these steps that I'm talking about. They don't improve, they don't do anything like that. And that our margin becomes 51%. And our return on investment is well over 100%. So we're making basically, if you look here, we're putting in about 1,500 and we're profiting 2,500. So we're making over 100% of our profit back, right? So we're putting in 1,500, taking out 5,000, 2,500 of it is profit. So that's our profit per unit. We've calculated it and we have an amazing profit per unit with this product. Now, what is the realistic price that we can price our product at? We already calculated that. It's going to be 50 British pounds. Now, if that's too high, we can always lower it down to 40, but it's better than coming into the market lower than everybody else, like what everybody else, every other guru, every other YouTuber teaches. They tell you to just go in, undercut everybody. That just sets you up for a price war to the bottom. And that's exactly what you don't want on Amazon. That's not real entrepreneurship. That's just, playing games, and that's not how you make money. Next, we ask sourcing costs. So how much do I have to pay per unit after negotiations, including shipping and fees? So we already guessed that. Of course, you would have to go and send in messages to the suppliers at Alibaba using a supplier template that I offer on the channel and in Ecom Freedom. And then we want to look at demand. So we want to make sure that on the Chrome extension, or if we're using Helium 10, that the demand is there. People are making money, 10 to 20K a month. Google Trends is also a great tool, trends.google.com, that allows us to see, if the product is a trend or a fad, right? So it's very important. You don't want to be like at the end of a fad. And also Google Keyword Planner, which I also talk about in some other videos of mine. And that allows you to see what the number of searches are for this product in any particular country in the world on Google. And finally, we want to ask ourselves, am I able to grow this product into a full line of products that I can then sell all over the world on Amazon and on Shopify? Now, a good example of this that I absolutely love is a brand called CoffeeGator. This is actually a private labeled brand, and they followed exactly my method, what I talked about here, private labeling and improving, and they improved the product. They really made it look amazing. Right here, I'm not going to click on your PPC, CoffeeGator. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I clicked on your PPC. No offense, I love you guys. But there you go, CoffeeGator stainless steel container. So if we go and we look at like their website, we can also see that they're running a Shopify store on their own website. And so that is like literally the end goal. This is the end goal of what you want your brand to look like. If you don't pursue the brand route, then you're gonna just have to sell endless amounts of random products on Amazon. And that's not a long-term way of changing your life. It's not a long-term way of really giving yourself a stable 6-figure, 7-figure income using e-commerce. Now before we go, I wanna let you know that these results, $400, $500 a day. These are results that people are doing every single day. And one of my students, Jane, she's actually making over $500 a day with Amazon FBA, and she's been a member of the Ecom Freedom community. And there's so many other students that are doing the exact same results. They're doing the exact same numbers or even higher. I know it sounds crazy, but this is not something that's completely, impossible. This is very, very possible. And right now is the best time to start. Right now, it's never been easier to start an online business. If I was right now, I had no money and I was just starting fresh, I would go into Amazon FBA all in into e-commerce, and I would guarantee I would make a decision that I will become successful, that I will reach, and I will set myself a goal, $10,000 a month within 3 months, $20,000 a month within 6 months, and then $30,000 a month by the end of the year. And if you start today, that goal is fully possible. Jane is scaling her business right now. We're actually talking with her, and I'm mentoring her right now into continuing her Amazon FBA business and growing it to $1,000 a day. And look, when I say there's never been a better time to start an e-commerce business on Amazon FBA, I'm serious. If I did not start, if I did not follow my gut feeling, my instincts that were telling me to run, they were literally telling me right now is the golden age of e-com, and if you don't start, if you don't take action, and if you don't actually start selling on Amazon FBA, then there's going to be so many other people who will start, and they will go on to get results like Jane, and who will go and even do way bigger numbers than that. And so I knew that day, 3 years ago, that my life would completely change. And I can tell you, my life would be so different. I would not be standing here today making this video for you guys in complete financial freedom, be able to travel the world, the amount of experiences that I've had, being able to have a location-independent business, and also, most of all, right, having your own business is cool, but most of all for me, the most fulfilling part of it all was to help people like you start their own online businesses, and people like Jane scale to $500 a day, $1,000 a day with e-commerce, being able to work from anywhere. So right now, listen to these words. Right now is the best time to start. Don't wait, take action. Your life will completely change if you just take action. The link to join the Ecom Freedom community is down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment telling me what you think. I want you to succeed. I really want you to understand there's so much potential in your life, but people just don't realize it. If you can just channel that potential into a wealth vehicle like Amazon FBA, nothing can stop you. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you soon.